US dollar exchange rate significantly declines in Iraq. That's what you want to see happen. You want the Iraqi dinar to increase in value versus the United States dollar. This is their idea. Significantly, it went from 17.5 dinars for every dollar down to 1,497.5 for every dollar. They are talking to the Iraqi citizens under the umbrella of what they're calling the hybrid monetary plan. Iraq is losing billions per month. Why aren't they pumping oil out of the Jahan? I think that's because they need to value the assets, which is oil coming out of the ground. What is going to be the components of that base currency they talk about? What is the base currency they talk about? The Iraq dinar. If it's going to be a base currency, what's the real effective exchange rate? And that's those budget tables in 2024. That's what I'm looking for. I think we're going to see them in very short order. TV says Iraq has implemented a new hybrid monetary process. Frank, a second set of book that uses a different exchange rate. In Iraq, approval of the security sector reform implementation plan in Iraq. This is part of the removal of the UN mission in Iraq. Removing the UN security mission is big news. When that happens, there will be a complete 100% sovereign Iraq. We get paid and the Iraq people get paid. Removing zeros and revaluing the Iraqi dinar. Yet another article on removing the zeros. We must be getting very close. The second part of the monetary reform will allow your currency, the Iraqi dinar, to float on an international platform, where it will grow to the real effective exchange rate. This is all part of the monetary reform process Dr. Shabibi wanted. Question: you think we will still get this over with before November 1st? Marks: I am not ruling out October as our month, but with only 3 days left, November looks more realistic. You haven't seen the investment side of the 2024 budget. That's where everybody should be paying attention. If you own dinar, you should be paying attention. They haven't exposed the 2024 investment side of the budget. Why? In my view, it's exchange rate oriented. They need the exchange rate so they have the final accounts. Planning, census operations will continue for 2 weeks starting from November 20th. Quote, the Ministry of Planning confirmed today, Friday, that the date for conducting the census on November 20th is fixed and unchanged, while it indicated that its operations will continue for 2 weeks until December 3, 2024. Financial expert Tanina: Iraq must take several steps to transform its economy from a rentier to a multi-revenue economy. Let me tell you something about trading the dinar. We already start trading the dinar with other countries. Now I can take the dinar to anywhere in the Middle East or North Africa and exchange it. In American, Canada, Australia, Europe I cannot yet. We should know this afternoon if what we are hoping for has happened. I have great hopes that a lot happened over the weekend. Bankers usually check in at 2 or 3 p.m. once they get out of morning meetings. With all the gold and all the foreign reserve assets have been built up, they're able to protect the dinar value, which is a huge step for Iraq. Which is what any investor coming into Iraq wants to know. They're worried about fluctuations in the exchange rate, and now Iraq gets to say, look, we got 150 tons of gold, we got $115 billion in foreign reserve currencies. They have the ability of protecting the Iraqi dinar from any crazy fluctuations or any kind of speculation attack against Iraqi dinar. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani confirmed on Tuesday that his government has completed 62% of projects in various sectors within 2 years. While he pointed out that achieving an increase in non-oil revenues by 6%, he pointed out that the government's measures contributed to reducing the poverty rate in Iraq to 17.6%. Al-Sudani's media office stated in a statement received by Shafaq news agency, the most prominent points made by al-Sudani during today's cabinet session, on the occasion of the second anniversary of the formation of the government. Al-Sudani said, the government's overall achievement rate of targets in various fields reached 62% during the government's term. We also succeeded in prominent and important files, faced difficulties in other files, and were late in some details and files. He added, during 2 years, we stopped more than once to evaluate the course of work, and we issued 3 reports on the implementation of the government program. Our achievement was not limited to one sector, nor to one city or governorate, but rather covered the districts, and city centers. He pointed out that the service and engineering effort team was dedicated to completing quick services, and we addressed the stalled projects, some of which date back to 2005, through cabinet decisions. He explained that the number of stalled projects was 1,471 projects, we resumed work on 555 projects for ministries, and stalled projects decreased to 916 projects, noting that work resumed on 442 contracts and projects at the governorate level, and ongoing projects amounted to 8,934 projects.